you're finally back on track and doing things right. Guess what? That Rotten Tomatoes score? 100% true. Woo! Who am I kidding? Thunderbolts was a big old piece of trash. It was boring. 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 And stupid. Oh my God. Went into it with an open mind. Wow. They are continuing to slide further downhill. I want to see the checks cut to give the scores that they gave for that Rotten Tomatoes score. I want to see them. Shit, I might start shilling. I mean, you had to pay somebody. I mean, handsomely. I'm talking about 23-year-old Tyrone Magnus, just pure handsomeness to say what they said. Man, oh my God. All right, so where should I start? I would do a separate spoiler live stream to talk to you guys about this. I'm hearing reviews about Oscar performances. Listen, the acting was good. I didn't see anything that was like, bravo, bravo, Oscar. I didn't see anything like that. You want to see Oscar performances? Check out Magazine Dreams with Jonathan Majors. That was definitely Oscar bait. The special effects were passable for the most part. There were some wonky parts with certain things where it was kind of like, it looked a little, The fights, well, of what there was some cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, the whole movie was a drag. Scarlett wanted to leave in the middle of it to get something to eat. She was just, you know, the movie theater was empty. No one clapped at the end. There were 2 post-credit scenes. The first one, whatever. Were there 2? Yeah, there were 2. First one was kind of funny. Second one, you're like, because by the end of the movie, how bad it is, you don't care. Because it's an introduction to another movie that people don't seem to care about either. You know what I'm saying? This is Yelena's movie. All the rumors were true. I know that the majority of the fans wanted it to be about the group, but revolve around Bucky. You're going to be sadly disappointed if you wanted things to revolve around Bucky, okay? Red Guardian is a complete effing moron in this, okay? He actually had a part, though, that made me laugh out loud. Like, hard. Because, have you ever, you notice this in school sometimes, in high school especially. There's somebody that's trying to be funny a lot and they're just corny all the time, but every once in a while, they'll do something that's so stupid, so try hard, that it's still corny, but it was funny. That a couple of times that happened. The gender swapped Ghost was okay. Had a couple of cool moments. Timu Cap. They kept making fun of him in the movie, by the way. They kept calling him like B-list, like junior varsity Cap, like B-list of Cap, 10 cent Cap. They're making fun of him in this. So Timu Cap, I've told you, that's what I call him, Timu Cap. He actually did a few cool things in it, okay? But he's a complete a-hole. They kill a character in this movie. And when they kill this character, they show such disregard for the character. I'm thinking Disney hates this character more than the fans do. Wink, wink. And it's done fast and it's done early. Yelena's okay. The whole movie's dark and mopey. The whole movie's dark and mopey. And I can deal with dark and mopey. But it was boring still. I'm fine with dark, slow movies. You know, I like the Batman and stuff like that. But it's not good. Sentry. So, as you know, Sentry plays, well, Bob is Sentry and he's the Void. You got two sides to that personality. They did not show us Sentry. But when they did, it reminded me of Nuclear Man. They even had a way of neutralizing him that was very similar to what Lex Luthor did, in my opinion. Just how it was done. I was like, he kind of reminds me of Nuclear Man from certain angles. And, oh, that's funny. That's like Lex Luthor. That's funny. Okay. I gotta say, I did like Sentry for the most part. I did for the most part. I liked him. They even make a joke in the movie about him being comic accurate in a way. You'll see when you'll see it. They went comic accurate with him. I was happy with him for the most part. I think he could have been portrayed better. I think it could have been done better. But for me, he was the best part of the movie. He was the best part of the movie. And he's not in there long at all. And of course, the Void, and we've seen him in the trailers, but you do get to see more of him. And just what I thought would happen if you follow me, you know. How I thought they would defeat him is basically how they would have to defeat him. Okay? Because you know, can't none of them, even all of them together, take them on. Okay? By the way, by the end of the movie, they are given a name for their group. And me and Scarlo both were like, what? That is bull! She said it like 2 or 3 times. They in no way touch that group. I don't know what I'm gonna do, y'all. You came here for an honest, fair opinion. And that was fair. They all did their parts as far as the acting went. They did. They are good actors. Okay? The special effects were good for the most part. It was like I said, some things where I'm like, you can really, you can, but it's kind of, I let it go. You know what I mean? And the fights, that's what you go to superhero movies for. You go for, the acting, the characters, you go for you go for the special effects and the fights. That's what you really go for. Yes, I know you go for story, but I'm including that basically. No, I shouldn't do that for it. No, I shouldn't include it with the acting. The story was just okay. It's not anything that you haven't seen before. You know what I mean? The story is, a ragtag bunch. A motley crew get together to stop a bigger problem. We've all, the story was just okay. The acting was good. I will give that. The special effects average to good for the most part. The fights had some good parts, But overall, the movie is just bland and boring. And I'm telling y'all, boy, I don't think Fantastic Four is going to be no better. But hopefully I'm wrong. Post your comments down below. Let me know what y'all thought. If you enjoyed my movie review, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo!